In video 14 of our engine overhaul video series, we disassembled and reassembled the rocker arms and pushrods. We will diagnose the rocker arms and rocker shaft in this video. We show in this drawing all the parts that we will discuss in this video. The diameter of the rocker shaft will be measured to see if it is still above the wear limit. The rocker arms will be checked for wear, and the inner diameter of the bore will be measured to see if it is still below the wear limit. Diagnosing the pushrods will be discussed in the next video in this series. Take out your workshop manual to know the wear limits for your VW engine. Regarding the rocker arms, the workshop manual for our AB 1300 engine indicates the following. The rocker arms have a wear limit of 18.04 mm. New, they have an inner diameter between 18.00 and 18.02 mm. This means that they may have lost 2 to 400ths of a millimeter. The rocker shaft has a wear limit of 17.95 mm. New, the diameter of the rocker shaft is 17.97 mm to 17.99 mm. So according to this data, the rocker shaft may have lost barely a few hundredths of a millimeter. In addition, the VW workshop manual recommends a maximum radial play of 0.05 of a millimeter. Radial play is the distance that remains open between the rocker arm and the rocker shaft. With this information, we can start measuring the parts. We start with the rocker arms of cylinders 1 and 2. With the rocker shaft in the vise, secured with the help of aluminum jaws, we get to work. We made a red felt tip marker at the place where the rocker arms tumble on the rocker shaft. With a micrometer, we determine the diameter of the rocker shaft at the 4 positions, at the height of each rocker. Take a second measurement with the micrometer rotated 180 degrees. This should be sufficient to have an idea of the serviceability of the rocker shaft. The wear limit is 17.95 mm. All of our measurements are greater than 17.95 mm. The rocker shaft is, according to the information in the VW workshop manual, reusable. Still check for scratches or corrosion where the rocker arms tumble. Although our rocker shaft is still above the wear limit, the degree of corrosion is a bit high to reinstall. It is still serviceable, but we prefer to use a new rocker shaft. Here's our new rocker shaft. We measure it out just to be sure. The result corresponds to the new installation value from the VW workshop manual. Perform the same measurement using the second rocker shaft. Next, we measure the inner diameter of the rocker arms. We use a caliper for this purpose. Apply a little grease to the inside of the rocker arm to make the 2 measuring jaws of the caliper slide better. Rotate the jaws in the rocker arm while applying a little pressure to the wheel. Without this pressure, the measurement will not be correct. We measure on average an inner diameter of 18.06 mm. Do the same for the other 3 rocker arms of cylinders 1 and 2. According to the VW Workshop Manual, the wear limit of the rocker arms is 18.04 mm. So all the rocker arms of cylinders 1 and 2 have too much wear to be reinstalled. You can install new rocker arms for this purpose, or look for used rocker arms that are still within the wear limits. If the rocker arms are reused, there are still a few things you need to take into account. Make sure the oil channels are clear. Use compressed air to test the channels. We showed how to do this in video 14 of our engine overhaul series. Of course, the inside of the rocker arms must be flat, free of corrosion and damage. The rocker arm should also not be discolored. A discoloration of the metal can indicate overheating. Once a rocker arm has overheated, its structure will be compromised, and replacement is the only solution. Check the bowl of the rocker arm, where the end of the pushrod fits into. It should be free of damage or wear. The adjusting screws and adjusting nuts also deserve attention. Damaged adjustment screws are unfortunately common. By tightening the adjusting nut too hard, the adjusting screw stretches, with the result that the adjusting nut can no longer turn smoothly. This is the case with this adjustment screw. You can see that the adjusting nut gets stuck at some point. Adjusting the valve clearance will then be very difficult. Replacing the adjustment screw and adjustment nut is the only option in this case. Another point of attention is the slot with which you tighten the adjustment screw. In many cases, this has been mistreated by using the wrong screwdriver, or by tightening too hard. If the groove is damaged too hard, replacing the adjustment screw is the only good option. Also look at the surface that comes into contact with the valve stem. It should not be completely flat, but slightly rounded. This is necessary to allow the valve stem to rotate. The positioning of the rocker arm in relation to the valve stem also plays an important role. We explained this in video 14 of our series dealing with engine overhaul. Adjusting this setting is done by shimming the flat rings. This is discussed in video 2 of the engine adjustment series. If the surface is smashed in, then replacement is the only option. The diagnosis of the rocker arms and the rocker shaft has now been performed. This shows which parts are serviceable and which parts must be replaced. More information about all the parts and tools used in this video series can be found as comments under each video on our YouTube channel. See you soon.